Good evening. I know that I haven't posted in a while, but I have been dealing with a roach infested car, and that's basically what the rest of this video is going to be about. So we had to strip the seats out of the vehicle and at least vacuum everything out and make sure there was no food sources. The only food source that we could find was a peanut M&M, which we could tell it was an M&M because a tiny bit of candy shell left on it, but that was the only thing that we found. Looking up online, apparently roaches like humid and warm places, and I tell you, that vehicle was definitely humid and warm because the sunroof had issues and was leaking, as well as the hoses from the sunroof being clogged and then draining inside the vehicle instead of outside onto the, road, parking lot, whatever. And there was a lot of moisture in it. So anyway, we'll go ahead and start showing you some of the clips from fixing up the car. So my husband and I pulled the seats out to be able to vacuum everything, including the driver's side, as you see here, because we got pictures of us in those two front seats before he left. So we had taken out all the seats and then put the driver's side back in after it was vacuumed, so my husband could go and get the Combat roach bait. That's the brand that we used. I saw online, it seemed like a lot of the recommendations were to use Vendetta or Alpine, but that's what Walmart had at the time. So that's the brand that we got, was Combat.
Casey's got his
my race ready
car. Weight reduction.
It weighs 0 pounds.
So he's supposed to go to Walmart. That's literally right behind the property. And
I had a hard time rolling down the hill because it was so light.
I love you. And off he goes.
Roach bait just looks like animal poop.
So this is what I mean by we were dealing with leaks and things, and it wasn't quite sealed. It had leaked right here when he did one of his tests. So he's just securing it.
Is there?
Yep.
Which is good.
Doing another test to be sure that it is sealed this time. So something I'll show you in the video is my attempt at trying to dry out the really wet spot, which is the rear passenger side, and that's where for months it had been just dumping all the water into when that drain was clogged. And I went through so many towels and I just kept squeezing them out and trying to get more, and eventually gave up. It was still like, I was able to stick my foot in or jump and it would splash. It was so bad. And we ended up getting some damp rid later and putting that into the car to just kind of help pull it out. And it has actually been helping, but it is still such slow progress. It's way in that foam. But I'll show you, like, me stepping on a towel and it just coming up dark because water is there. So after we had gotten the roach bait where we wanted it into all those little areas, think like a roach where you would put it, and then drying that one section out, for about, 5 minutes straight, we went ahead and started to reinstall the seats. And so we had to reinstall all the, the whatever the electronics are for making sure it can move back and forth, the power controls. And then my husband was able to do most of them himself, but then I did end up helping to get those back seats in, but I don't have any videos of that. However, I just want to say that, I call myself, for this channel, the Versatile Housewife, and ladies, sometimes help your man. We are the husband's helper. And he just might appreciate it, and he was very proud of me, and so I kind of like that as well. Anyway, I only got the videos of him putting the seats in, though.
No, because it was weak.
Success.
Oh, buds. I thought you said like little butts.
No, like little buds, like little flower buds. When the flowering part is just starting.
Yeah.
Want me to hold on to something?
So once we finally got the seats in, we were given the opportunity. My mom watched our little one, and we went and got ice cream. And that's how we celebrated.
Yeah.
It is 72 hours later. I will put a little picture somewhere here of the damp rid that we had put in the car, and how much water it's gotten over the past 3 days. And also the first 24, no, maybe it's been 4 days, but the first 24 hours after having that roach bait in it, we killed like 4 big roaches and then several little babies. But 48 hours and beyond, haven't seen anything. And so something that I have been doing is keeping like the car seat out of the car and then putting it in when I need it. I do, maybe this seems risky, but the past day, since it's been a couple days before I made this decision, I have gone ahead and left it in the car. I will be cleaning a bunch of stuff related to car seat cushions and things like that soon, because I'm preparing for my next baby to come into the world and everything just needs to be cleaned. But so far, so good. It looks like the bait's being eaten into, and I'm hoping that it just means they're all dead in their nest as opposed to coming out and exploring. But we saw a bunch more, and now I haven't seen any for days. So hopefully I don't have to update you guys ever again about my car having roaches in it. Just that the humidity will hopefully go down, because it's still humid, but originally it smelled really bad, and now it doesn't smell nearly as bad. It's not nearly as humid as it was. It's kind of the same humidity as outdoors, whereas before it was way more humid than outdoors. The car was just as steamy as the carriage and in the movie The Titanic, and it's not now, so that's a good thing. Anyways, I thank you for sticking around, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Bye.